Hello and welcome back. Just got up here, got some stuff unpacked from the car. I'm going to run over and check out the beaver pond, and I picked up a cheap canoe to float out there and just kind of leave it at the beaver pond. So we have a boat kind of out near Callie's bunkie, and just can kind of check that spot out a bit better. So I'm going to drive the car. I got it loaded on the car still, so I'm going to drive the car up to the clearing there before the creek, unload it and take it down to the water, and also check on the water level at the site there. Got a bit of a headache today. Not feeling the greatest. Not sick. Refuse to believe that. It's my story and I'm sticking to it. But not feeling very well, so we'll see how much I get done. I'm hoping to get started on the road again this weekend. I got to do some cutting. It's threatening to rain pretty much all weekend, on and off. So I'm not sure how much I'm going to get done. I definitely have to do some chainsawing first, cutting some trees up and getting them out of the way, and then it's kind of a lot of tractor work after that, I think. So I'll get over there and sort of scout things out first, but I think I need to take some more Advil and get that canoe unloaded, get myself situated here before I get rolling. I think it's still got quite a few hours of light here, I think, as well. It's just the rain that I'm worried about if I'm gonna get anything done today. So yeah, let's get to it. Meet you over there. All right, there's the new canoe. Well, not new, used canoe. I think it's fairly decent though. Looks like pretty good shape, so it's gonna unload it. Also wanted to show you this keychain. Hopefully you can see that. My sister Nellie made this for me. I picked up these little mushrooms from the land here one time, bringing them over to her for making stuff in resin, and she put this keychain together for me, so it's pretty awesome. But anyway, I'll keep my eye open for more, so I can bring her some more mushrooms and stuff like that for making things. But anyway, thanks, Nellie. So let's go check the water level first. Oh yeah, it's definitely up a little bit higher now as well. You can see the path there, and I cleared myself a little trail here last time, so I can make it easier to get in and out. So it's definitely still rising. All right, I'm at the top of the hill before the creek. You can see the creek down there, and I'm not going to deal with this section yet. I do need to add more aggregate or something to it and make better spots for the water to flow. But my next section here that I want to start on is basically up here, and as I was saying before, I got to cut down a few of these trees to kind of help widen it. I want to get this area pretty flat and wide, so I can use this as a bit of a turnaround spot. And then take these few, basically these three, maybe as far back as those other ones there. I'll leave the big one, and then I'll try to get this whole area sort of flattened out, so I can basically turn the dump truck around up here. Is kind of the goal. After that, I'm gonna start heading down this edge here, and I want to widen it out on this side. It's very sort of hilly on this side and too low down here, which is making the ground be a little bit mucky. Basically, right in this area where I always seem to have water kind of collecting, it is pretty low spot here, but I think there's some rock shelves here too. So I want to dig down a bit and see what I can find, and I'm hoping I could put some kind of a culvert or a French drain or something in here. And I want to, you can see how it sort of gently slopes down this way. I want to get a bit of a ditch started kind of just down to the edge there, so the water will sort of flow down that way once it leaves this spot. So anyway, I think what I'm going to do is I'll go back and maybe have a coffee or something. Still not feeling the greatest, but I do want to get some work done tonight. Otherwise, you know, what was the point in coming up tonight? And I think I still have time. I'll check to see what the time is there, but I think it's just around dinner time. But I had a really late lunch, early supper kind of thing. So I'll eat again kind of, you know, much later in the evening. But I want to get a little bit done today. So if the rain doesn't stop, I'll just jump on the tractor and start doing some tractor work. If the rain does stop, then I'll get the chainsaw going, and I'll take care of some of these first trees, so I can then get the backhoe going to dig up the roots and stuff from that. So anyway, I'm gonna get out of the rain for a bit, I guess, and take a break, have a coffee, and then we'll get to it after that. So see you a bit. Good morning. Well, bundled up here, ready to get going again. It's definitely another wet day. It's cold as well this morning. It's really the temperature here. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's probably the coldest it's been this since the summer, I guess. It's supposed to be a high of like 12 degrees Celsius today. So it's gonna be a little warmer, but it's gonna stay pretty cold. So I'm all bundled up though. Hopefully I can stay dry. And I kind of ran out of light last night, so I couldn't really see how well my little ditch area there was working and where the water was flowing. I did notice though that the water wasn't moving well through the dirt. It was like very tightly packed clay or something, but there was no rock that I found that was kind of blocking the water. It was just the sort of packed clay, dirt, whatever, that was kind of holding it in. So I created a couple trenches, and I'm hoping that the water's kind of, you know, flowing and draining into my new sort of ditch area now. But I'm gonna head over there now and check it out. So let's go. All right. Well, we got a lot of rain last night. Which I kind of knew, but I didn't realize how much. But it does seem to be working. I got water flowing here now. I made a big hole there, I think, with the tractor tire while I was getting in position there. So I gotta maybe make a path for it to get down here. But the ditch is somewhat working. Water's definitely flowing there, and then working its way down. So that's good, I guess. But there's a lot of water. Look at this spot here. I don't think I ever even noticed this spot before as being covered in water, but it's a friggin' swamp here. So that's another spot, I guess, that will like once I build it up and get the ditch on the side there, that it'll kind of flow to this this ditch area as well. But the problem with with everything being wet is when you drive on the path when it's wet, and any kind of spots that have water, the mud hole, if you drive over top of it a bunch of times, the tractor just kind of like digs deeper and deeper into it. So it kind of makes the path you know, worse and worse as we go. So not really sure what I want to do here in terms of next steps. Obviously I can't get past this hole now with the tractor, so I do need to get some rocks or something and fill in at least part of it to be able to get by. So I might bring the tractor down here at least to start, and kind of get this area connected so that it'll drain in. But you can see there's lots of water kind of standing everywhere along this path. So hopefully I don't make it much worse by driving over top of it. But I also don't want to start bringing you know, just the sort of loads of the top stuff there. So yeah, maybe what I'll do is start getting a path ready there too. But anyway, let's get this this spot here dealt with first, and then we'll go from there. Well, the good thing is you can really see with this much rain where all the water kind of goes and flows. So it's a good time to kind of deal with it, even though it's miserable out. It's a really good time to sort of see and understand how the water accumulates on the road. But I think what I'm kind of determining now is that I just need to get the level of the road itself up a little higher. And then basically along the edges of the road, there's basically these, you know, berms almost on every part of the road, on every side of the road. So there's nowhere for the water to really go. If the water's the lowest point, it's just gonna, or the road's the lowest point, it's just gonna kind of sit there. So I gotta, you know, break away a few more spots on the sides here, in a few places, and get the road level itself up a little higher, I think. That'll that'll help. That'll make a big difference. So I think that's good. I think I need to just run some rocks and stuff over here now. I think what I'm going to do next here is I'm going to create a bit of a ditch on the left side here. All right, it's coming together, I think. Okay, it's not exactly perfect, but I may need to go a little bit deeper on this section here. But anyway, that should let the water have a spot to kind of go on the right hand side here. But as you can see, just a little bit of movement, that I was doing around here. It really turns this sort of wet area into, you know, muck. Starts digging, you know, deeper and deeper holes as I drive over it. Even spots here where I kind of, you know, had it packed in nicely, but you know, kind of loosened up and added more kind of dirt, mixing my aggregate kind of more into the dirt. Starting to get a little bit sloppy there too, starting to sink in a bit where it was pretty solid before. So that's the biggest difference I'm finding with the like using like dirt or whatever versus bringing like aggregate in. It's just pit run that I have right now, full of you know, big rocks and stuff, but it does a much better job of getting a stable base going. But anyway, I'm hoping that if I get this area built up a little bit, use some rocks, and have the ditch on the side here, that the water will kind of you know, not get stuck on the surface, and it'll kind of flow into the ditches there. But I've also got my ditch on the side here, which not really utilizing very much up for this section. It was more for the runoff, you know, down the mountain there. Would run into this ditch, especially in the spring time, and then also down on that side, come into here, and then find its way down to the creek. But I can also tap into this from up here as well. So I think I might do that on this side. Maybe cut a ditch into here, just a little spot. But I can steal a lot of this dirt here too. It is full of rocks, so it's better, but it's not got the same. It's still got a lot of sand in it, which I guess doesn't compact, or I don't know. It doesn't work well for the base. But anyway, I'm just kind of learning as I go here. So it's just, yeah, everything's more difficult when it's wet. It's weird, like this time of year, usually things are very dry, but this last week has been very wet, and this weekend is very wet. But the rain has stopped now for the most part. I don't think it stopped for the whole day, but it was supposed to get less and less rain throughout the weekend. So now that it has stopped, I can switch gears, get the chainsaw up here and start clearing some of these trees that I want gone. So, you know, clear this corner out here, and that'll give me a chance to let the water kind of settle away too. Then I can see how long it stays on the surface. Most of this rain, most of the water here, I think, is from mostly last night, where we got quite a bit of rain yesterday in the evening, and then last night. And then this morning as well. I guess it was raining pretty much all morning. So anyway, so I think that's what I'm going to do. I've only had, you know, coffee this morning. I didn't even eat breakfast yet. So I think I'm going to go back, have a second cup of coffee, maybe have some food, and then I'll bring the chainsaw back, probably with the side-by-side, and get some work done. So I think I might just cut a little ditch into this thing here while I have the tractor here, and then I'll go have my break after that. So anyway, I'll see you back here with the chainsaw. So see you in a bit. Okay, so I think I got done mostly what I wanted to do. I didn't get those last two. I don't know yet if I'm going to take those, if I'm going to leave them. So for now, I'm just going to leave them. But yeah, next step is to get the tractor up here and pull these stumps out. There's a big rock there too. And yeah, then hopefully some of the dirt that I find under there is not horrible, but I'm definitely going to have to bring more up and fill in this spot a bit more with something, either aggregate or dirt. I'm kind of hopeful that if the water can't settle anywhere, then it'll you know, it won't create these problems. So even with the sand, if I can get it up here, you know, make sure it has time to sort of dry and pack, and then maybe don't drive on it when it's wet right away. Hopefully that'll be okay. It'll actually settle down and be good. But I think what I'll do is, well, I still have some light, so I'll grab the tractor and start dealing with these stumps here. Get that out of the way, and then I can figure out what I'm going to do next. So yeah, let's do that. I'll meet you back here in a minute. got those roots out now, so it's good. But I need somewhere to put them. Maybe I can just tuck them back in there, because it's my ditch area anyway, so I can't really do much over there. So yeah, maybe that's what I'll do. I'll just maybe clean up this area here a bit so I can get back there a little easier, and then I'll just run those loads back as far as I can without throwing them in the ditch there. So all right, let's do that. Bit of a mess up there right now. I think I do need to take that that last tree down, or that set of trees there that I wasn't sure about. But it's about 6 o'clock now, and you can see that it looks like it's about 6 degrees Celsius. Anyway, it's pretty freaking cold, which is weird. Like, you know, 2 weeks ago it was 30 degrees. Now it's 6 degrees, so it's cold and kind of wet. So I think I'm just gonna call it. I'm getting hungry now too. So I'm gonna just get a fire going in the tent here to warm it up and warm me up. And I can see more rain coming my way by the looks of it over there. So I'll figure out what I'm gonna do tomorrow in the morning, and then we'll go from there. So anyway, we'll see you then. Morning. It's definitely a little bit late. It's been very, very chilly this morning, and a little rainy, but seems like the rain's letting up now. It's still very cold though. See the temperature here, just about 3 to 4 degrees above 0 Celsius right now. So doesn't feel that cold, but maybe I'm just getting used to it. But anyway, I'm all bundled up now. I got the tent all packed up, all my my sleeping stuff or whatever is all put away. So I don't like doing that after I get all dirty. So now that had my late breakfast, called it early lunch, and cleaned up the tent, I'm all kind of mostly packed up in there except for the food and such. But that won't take long to put together. So I'm gonna head back up now to the corner, which is over there actually, up the hill with the tractor, and then maybe scout out what I want to do, just see what happened. We did get some rain last night too, not as much I think as previous nights, but let's go check it out. All right, back up at the top of the hill here after the creek, and yeah, it's a bit of a mess. But here's how I left it yesterday. So you can see quite a muddy mess where I was having to just, you know, work the tractor around. This mud doesn't take long to start digging into it when you're moving around with the tractor on it. So I definitely need to get some better soil up here. But I did get all the sort of stuff that I pulled off out of the way, and it's starting to get a little bit wider here now. A little ditch area there. So I think for this area I'm gonna have to bring some more aggregate back up here. I was kind of hoping I could get away without it, but I also need to kind of stop driving on this area when it's wet like this. I kind of, you know, get it in decent shape, but then if you ride on it when it's wet and the water's kind of pooling, it just kind of destroys it with the tractor, the weight of the tractor. So I got to be more careful about that. I kind of knew that already, and I've been avoiding it, but you know, I guess enough time's gone by, kind of forgot how much damage it actually does. So anyway, so the next thing I was gonna do is just start widening the sides here. I was gonna start grabbing some of the stuff off the top and just running it over to here like I was doing yesterday with the topsoil there, top stuff. I'm just kind of throwing it off into the side there. So it's quite a bit here that I could start pulling up. A few stumps that I got to remove, a few trees, but I could probably make my way down quite a bit down this way before I hit anything too big. I'm not sure how much I'm going to do today anyway, so we'll start with that and kind of see how far I get. Check out my little area over here. It seems to be doing much better. There's definitely a big rock there though, which might put a wrench into my initial plan, because I was going to put like a culvert kind of through here and you know, big sort of like ditch on the other side as well. But if that rock looks like it's going kind of, you know, uphill there as well, it might be kind of right in the way. So I may have to rethink what I want to do here. But anyway, I can wait a bit for that. And then my big puddle that I had up here, you can see it doesn't stay long. So if I can just get a little bit better management of the surface here, I can have this stuff, you know, sort of leave on its own. Anyway, enough rambling, I guess. Let's jump on the tractor and start pulling some of that top stuff off, and we'll see how I feel in a bit after that. Go from there. Right, it's different. I don't know if it's better, but it's definitely different. I think it's better. Definitely has a, you know, kind of like a slant to it, which is what I was trying to do, or hoping would happen. And I had this idea too of maybe digging, you know, like a not a pit per se, but like a more of a deep area there in between these trees here, just so that if the water is kind of like, you know, running off the road, instead of like settling in the edge of the road here, it'll kind of settle into the, you know, deeper spot in the bit of a gully there. So I think I might try that, just to sort of see. It's nice that it's not been raining much today, so I think this would be a lot harder, a lot more muddy of a job if it was raining, and I might not even be able to do it. But anyway, I think I'm ready for a coffee, so I'm gonna head back to the tent, have a bit of a coffee break, and then I'll probably come back and dig that pit first, try that. I can still go a little bit further too on the road here, so I might continue that. I think it's working out. The road looks like it'll be easier to sort of flatten out, and you know, water won't collect on it as easily the way it is here. So anyway, hard to tell, I guess, until it gets more rain. But I think I'm happy with how that's turning out. So I'll take a break and be back in a bit. All right, I'm back from the camp. I got a little sidetracked with a few things, a few chores back at the camp there. But anyway, had my coffee and a little snack, so I'm ready to get going here on a few more pieces. So I think what I'm going to do is build that little sort of drainage spot there I was talking about earlier. Pull a little bit off of there, not too deep, but just something to kind of help, you know, have the water place to go that's not on the road. And then I think I'll just kind of continue down this way a bit, maybe up to that dead tree there, or something like that. But anyway, that's what I'm going to do. So let's get to it. All right, I think that's all I'm going to do for now. It's pretty much what I wanted. Originally I was thinking about a ditch over here, but I'm kind of second guessing that now. If I can keep the slant kind of to the right here, then I could essentially not bother ditching it here, because especially because of the big rock down where I was going to put the culvert. And then I can sort of have a little bit of a ditch off to the side here, and just have the water kind of like flow either into like the pit that I had there, or down. Maybe this section will go down this track, and I kind of broke the bank open here too, to maybe help the water flow that way. So if I can kind of keep the slight angle on the road here, then I think it'll be okay to leave it. So I think that's it. My little ditch area over here is still kind of draining away, so I'll have to have to bring a bunch of rocks down and sort of fill it in. I'll make the little sort of French drain there anyway, just to help stuff come off the road, and then I'll put rocks down in all the wet areas, and then maybe continue my my ditch here along this side to kind of, you know, connect up to this. Maybe I'll widen it out too. That was the other thing I was thinking of, not taking that tree down. So from here, kind of got it nice and wide now. And I was going to stay on this side, but there's a lot of big trees on this side, so I think I'm just going to turn the driveway a little bit in between these two trees, and I'll widen it out down on this side, and then cut back over again after. So it just means that that sort of ditch thing that I built there, I'm going to have to get some big boulders down in there and get good support on the soil, so I can have the road kind of go over the edge of that a little bit too. So anyway, I think that's yeah, I think that's going to be it. Got a decent section here widened. My main goal was this other area here, trying to get the spot cleared more to make more of a turnaround spot, which I don't think it's ready for that yet. It's in a bit of rough shape right now. That mud, I tell you. So I think I've decided though that I'm going to bring up some of my aggregate that I have to fill in that spot, because I really need this area to be you know, solid, and when you're turning the vehicle, the tires kind of dig into the ground a bit more than just riding over top of it. So I want this area to be you know, good and supportive for that reason. So I think I'm going to use some of the aggregate there, and then I'll have to clean this area up a bit more still too. But all in all, not bad. I may still take those two trees there down at some point, but I basically have to be able to turn the dump truck around here, so I think it's close if I kind of, like, you know, do a 100-point turn or something. But I think it's long, so I may need to give myself just a couple more feet with those trees going. But anyway, it's looking better, I guess, every little bit. The road washout down the way there too is not, you have to go back 2 steps forward, 3 steps back situation again. But anyway, that's it for now. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next one. Bye for now.